For decades, he was the right-hand man to perhaps Canada's greatest ever entrepreneur. Phil Lind had a front row seat as Ted Rogers took a small cable TV company, built it into one of the biggest in the world, then added a host of other digital and cellular services to the mix. And Lind did all this despite suffering a near-fatal stroke 20 years ago. He chronicles it all in his autobiography, Right-Hand Man, how Phil Lind guided the genius of Ted Rogers, Canada's foremost entrepreneur. And Phil Lind joins us now for more. It's good to have you in that chair.
Thank you.
We should just explain off the top. You're wearing a hat right now because you've had some surgery lately, and it's a good reminder that you should have worn your sunscreen all those years while you were out on the golf course and all that other stuff, right?
I don't play golf, but I do fish.
Fishing. That was your personal demon. Okay. I want to start today, as you do in the book, with what was undoubtedly the worst day of your life. And here we go. Sheldon, the graphic, please. Suddenly, a sensation came over me as if I were spinning. I ended the call and tried to get my wits about me. It wasn't dizziness. It was more like I was somehow inside of a sort of strange personal tornado and spinning. I collapsed and hit the floor with a loud thud. My friend came running into the den and immediately dialed 911. Had I been alone, you wouldn't be reading this. There would have been no way I could have survived such a severe stroke without help. I was only 54 years old, and everything would have ended without immediate help. That was July 1st, 1998, more than 20 years ago.
Right.
How often do you still think of that day?
Not very often now. I mean, it's past, and I still have stroke effects, but no, I'm past it.
Well, you say you're past, but the fact is, I mean, much of your body still does not work, right?
Yeah, my right side.
Your right side. So I noticed when we shook hands, you offered your left hand when we shook hands.
That's right.
And how about your toes? Can you move your toes?
No.
Still can't move your toes. Did you have to relearn how to do almost everything?
Everything. Speaking too, writing, everything.
Walking. Did you think when you were in the midst of all this, I'm probably going to die from this soon?
It occurred to me that that could well be the outcome. But I thought, you know, if I wake up in the morning and I can try further my getting along with life.
Your grandfather died of a stroke just before your 4th birthday.
Yeah.
Did you think that might be your fate as well?
Well, I thought it was a possibility.
Did you wonder whether you'd ever get back to work again?
I sure did, but I was determined to try.
What do you think made the difference for you in your eventual recovery and returning to work?
I think because a lot of people were helpful along the way, that was, I think, the best thing. You know, friends, associates just helped me all the way.
And how long did it take for your...
A year.
It took a year.
Yeah, 1 year. But then I was back. Not that Ted Rogers wanted, you know, he wanted me back next month or next week. But I told him I couldn't do that. And I was sleeping all the time too, like 12, 14 hours a day, because the stroke is a really powerful impact on your body.
Just takes so much out of you.
Takes everything out of you.
Okay. Well, you mentioned Ted Rogers. Let's get into him. You guys met as a couple of young buck Tory supporters at some political convention in the 1960s.
Yeah.
What'd you think of him when you met him for the first time?
I thought he was interesting, and but he was kind of off the wall a bit.
In what respect?
Well, he acted differently, talked differently. He was different than other guys were.
This is going to sound like a bit of a suck-up question, but is that the nature of genius? They just march to a different drummer?
Yes, I think so. I mean, I think in terms of the type of activity I've described about Ted, it's the same as Jobs, it's the same as Musk. I mean, they're all sort of got a screw loose or something, but they're genius.
Huh. Now, eventually, you guys ended up obviously together at Rogers Cable. As a result of your visiting the CTV television network, you went to a board meeting there, and you saw all these media magnet power brokers in one room.
Yeah.
And what'd you think?
I thought, wow, this is really impressive. I thought, I want to work for them somehow.
So that's how you ended up in the TV business.
Yeah.
Well, maybe start with this. What did you see as your mission at Rogers, your personal mission?
Well, initially, my personal mission was in programming and getting things started there. But quickly, because there was no one else around, I became the secretary of the company, and then very close to Ted. And so my mission then was to do what Ted wanted when it made sense.
At one point, he decided he wanted to get into the United States in a big way. And you ended up leading many different trips to many different cities, going before city councils. And I'm still trying to I've read the book and I'm still trying to figure out how this Canadian kid comes into all these different American cities and convinces them that they should give cable TV wiring contracts to Canadians and not Americans.
To an alien.
To an alien.
Yeah.
How did you make the sale?
Well, because we out-Americaned the Americans.
What does that mean?
I talked American. We had American partners. We just looked just like everybody else down there. So we didn't look Canadian. We didn't look different than them.
That American foray was worth $1 billion in profits to you guys. It was hugely successful. And then you sold it all.
Yeah.
When Ted said he wanted to sell all his American holdings, what'd you think?
I was depressed a little bit. I thought, we could go on and be a really big factor down here. But Ted wanted to get back to Canada, and he wanted to, and he had plans for the money we'd made. So off we went.
As you look at where the company is today, and he's got, I don't have to tell you, Rogers' tentacles go off into so many different directions. Can you now say, even though back then you described it as the biggest disappointment of your life, can you say it was the right call, given that it freed up a lot of money for him to get into all these other things?
Yes, I guess it was in one respect, but in another, we could have been monstrously big in the United States. So, and probably worth more.
You think you could have been as big as Comcast?
Well, Comcast was a small little company when we were big down there. So could we have been the same as Comcast? Ted was certainly smart enough.
It's worth tens of billions of dollars today. I don't have to tell you.
Comcast is huge.
Massive.
We've got a market cap of, I don't know, 40 billion, and Comcast's market cap is 200 billion.
Incredible.
And they were smaller than us.
Well, mind you, you were smaller than a lot of other players back in the day. And you, I think by your own admission, were kind of predatory in the way you went after other Canadian businesses.
Yes, we were.
How much did that ruffle feathers among the Canadian establishment when you guys went after them?
Oh, terribly. I mean, we went over Canadian cable systems. That really was a rough ride. Premier was fairly good, and McLean Hunter was very rough too. So they were all big shots. They were all big companies, bigger than us.
What made you think that you, as a smaller entity, could go after these bigger guys and beat them at their own game?
Because we had Ted Rogers. Because he was determined, and we fashioned a good story around it every time. A different story, but we fashioned a story that made sense to the CRTC.
And the story being what?
Well, it depends. The final one, McLean Hunter, was we had to have a Canadian entity to meet Time Warner and all of the ones in the United States. And we had to be broadly based. So we had the magazines, TV, radio.
That's why you needed to be able to take them over. That was the explanation.
Yeah, and it was true. I mean, Canada is better off because we have Rogers and we have CTV, and I mean, we need large entities in this country to have a chance against the U.S. I don't know whether we'll win, but we have a chance anyway.
There was a time when people heard the name Rogers, and they didn't think of the old Sky Dome, and they didn't think of the arena in Vancouver, and they didn't necessarily think of cell phones. They thought of negative option billing, and they didn't like you at all. And you admit in the book that this was, just for those who don't remember, this is where if you want to buy the American channels that you want, you had to take some Canadian channels or some other channels that you maybe didn't want, the idea being that the popular channels would help subsidize the less popular ones.
Yeah.
That was the idea. But you say in the book, we forgot about the customer and it was a huge mistake. So how did that happen?
Well, because, I mean, we didn't get any help on this. I mean, the commission certainly was ambivalent, to say the least. I mean, they wanted this charade to go on. But we forgot that the customer really counted, and more than the CRTC, more than anything else. And that's, but we paid a terrible price for it, but we came back and we said, look, sorry, we made a huge mistake, and we're going to rectify it, and we moved on.
How do you think you did rectify it? Because, I mean, Rogers was a very tarnished brand in the midst of all of that.
Well, Rogers was a tarnished brand, but you can fix brands. You can fix them.
How do you think you did it?
Well, we apologized, we ran newspaper ads, we changed our policies. We did a lot of things to make things better.
You got better too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Customer service improved.
Yeah.
When you look back at all, I mean, you've had a pretty bloody successful run, right? At Rogers, you've done you collectively have done well, and you personally, Mr. Lind, have done very well. And as we try to understand, you know, young people watching this, for example, young people watching this in university or having just come out of university, maybe asking themselves, is it just a matter of living in the right postal code at the right time that enables people to get successful in this country? Is it drive? Is it ambition? Is it knowing the right people? You were lucky enough to meet Ted Rogers when you were young guys. How do you account for the success?
Well, you mentioned all three. I mean, that's what it is. It is part being at the right place at the right time. It is definitely part of persistence and drive. That's really fundamental.
How about
fundamental?
How about luck, though?
Yeah, luck.
Luck
Some
too.
luck. Yeah, but we could have easily failed. I mean, we were a lot of times we were on the margin. But Ted had persistence and drive, and wouldn't take no.
When he would do, I mean, he took some awfully risky decisions during the course of his time. He bet the company numerous times over.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to him and say, okay, you've gone too far. This is crazy to take such a risky decision on this?
Oh, lots of times he had ideas that were a bit too crazy for me, and a lot of guys at the company would sort of say, shrug their shoulder and say, well, but somebody had to say no. There was somebody who had to say no, and so I got the nickname Abominable No Man because
the Abominable No Man.
No Man, because I would say, Ted, I'm sorry, this one does not work. Let's work on the others. These are better ideas. These are, maybe we can worry about them some other time. And, but no, sometimes absolutely not.
And more often than not, did he listen to you when you said no?
Well, we had fights. We had fights.
I actually have a quote from the book on that. Here's you writing about your return to Rogers after your stroke. You wrote, when I returned to work in the summer of 1999, I could feel that something was amiss between Ted and me. He also tried to rework my contract with less favorable terms. I could no longer verbally spar with Ted. After my stroke, things were different.
Yeah.
Did you get the feel, in what way? Different in what way?
Well, different in that I couldn't match with him anymore. I couldn't fight with him anymore and the way we used to fight. I mean, my stroke, I didn't think as quickly. I couldn't react as quickly. So that was a problem for me. And so I had to go about it other ways.
Did it affect your friendship?
No.
You stayed friends?
Oh, yeah.
Although you do say in the book he was a hell of a bully.
He was a bully. all these guys, Gobes, Musk, I mean, they're all terrible bullies sometimes. They have to be, because they have to get there, and most people won't carry them there.
When you come to verbal sparring with each other, do you ever want to hit them?
No.
Did he ever want to hit you?
No, I don't think
It never got to that.
No. And we used to have some fun in it too. So sometimes we'd have these meetings, and Ted would just beat up on everybody terribly. And at the end of the meeting, we'd all go like this, and Ted would say to me, "Well, it was a great meeting, 110%. I'd say, "What meeting were you at?" But more than that, then Ted would go and write memos, really, really terrible memos to people. You are not working, you're this, that, and the other thing. And at one point I said to Ted, we got a terrible problem in this company. Some lunatic is writing these memos and signing your name to them.
Did he trip to that?
Maybe. Yeah.
He did, eh? He did. Well, let's finish up on this, because we're only a couple of weeks removed from the 10th anniversary of Ted Rogers' death.
Right.
He died December 2nd,
Right.
2008, and I think we've actually got some pictures of his final resting place, which is his dad's as well.
Not pleasant.
What do you miss about him?
Oh, I miss a lot. I mean, I miss his sense of humor. I miss his presence in the community. It was very, very large. I mean, when Ted walked into a room, everyone knew it.
He did have that presence, didn't
Oh,
he?
yes, he did.
If he were alive today, what would he think about how the company's doing?
Ted was always dissatisfied, never satisfied, never rejoiced in anything, and never was satisfied, like all these other guys. I mean, so he would say, our customer service isn't as good as it should be. We should be better in BC than we are. And he'd just go down a list of things that people had let him down on.
Isn't it frustrating to work for a guy who you can never make happy?
It's sort of frustrating.
Well, all
But,
these...
in the end, it's all forgiven, because look what he created.
Indeed. And if people who don't know him want to see him today, he's buried in Mount Pleasant Cemetery, which is about 5 minutes from here. And there's a statue of him in front of the Rogers Center, of course.
That's right.
Down at what we used to call the Sky Dome on the waterfront. That's Phil Lind, whose book, Right Hand Man, How Phil Lind Guided the Genius of Ted Rogers, Canada's foremost entrepreneur, has these stories and many more in its pages. Mr. Lind, good to have you here at TVO tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.